We do not need to elevate Noreen, but please fully participate in conversation. Approval of agenda. It's pretty broad. We can put in all kinds of things under other. Anybody have anything else to add?
Just mention what a great job the girls did on Saturday for a very long day.
Yeah.
And speakers that continue to create problems.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's the equipment or the people, but
Yeah, history.
some
I'm not
people are
sure.
better at it than others.
Let's talk about it more under
Yeah.
old business. So a motion to approve the agenda
So moved.
Second?
and approval of minutes.
All in favor?
All right, January 24th, Doug moved to accept, I'll second. I actually have a couple of corrections on that one that I saw as I was rereading them yesterday. Under finance, I put the last paragraph at the bottom, I put in question marks, right term for reaction from Asia, and I can't remember if you gave me any, but I forgot to take out the right term in parentheses.
Oh.
So I will remove that. And on the next page at the top, I said under going to the Board of Selectmen meeting and their motion to increase our payment, I said the earliest this can take effect, it should be take effect.
Okay.
Anybody notice anything else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And on the February 25th minutes, which was the shorter one when we talked about getting the new camera, I would make a motion that we approve these.
Second?
So-
Any discussion?
I have one comment.
Yes.
Under the other business,
Yeah.
if we, maybe this could go under new business, but if we decide to do Tamworth Candidates Night and it's the same time as the Madison candidates, we only have one channel to stream and Madison did not come through because Tamworth came through. Were you aware of that?
Mm-hmm. But what it did eventually come through. We did run into an issue, but Kasha was able to figure out how to get the Madison ones going. But there was a little bit of a delay, maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay, because I tuned in and couldn't get it. All I could get was Tamworth.
Yeah.
And, okay, all right, well, great. I thought maybe since we only have one YouTube channel that we could only stream one meeting at a time. But that's not the case. I
No,
guess.
you can stream 2 at a time. It
Okay.
just took us a little bit to figure that out.
Okay, okay. I'm cool. All
So we
right.
did get both streaming.
Okay.
If it happened again, you would know that you
Yeah,
had to
now
set
we
it up
would
that way.
know moving forward that.
Okay.
I didn't tune into it that night, but I looked at Facebook, I don't know, half an hour later or something, and there was a comment to me because I posted about it being, saying I can't find it. So then I went to look and, oh, it was streaming,
And
so.
you found it.
Yeah.
The
but-
Madison one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Madison
yeah.
one, but as I say, that was well into it, so.
Yeah, okay.
But here was another person that had the same problem. I hope she stuck with it and found it.
Yeah.
Okay, so all in favor of approving these minutes?
So moved?
Aye.
Aye. All right, public comment. None. Okay, that goes away. Finance, so here's our latest. We're January, February, March, 2.5 months, not quite a third into the year yet. Looks like we've only spent 15% of our money for the year,
Yeah,
and wages are the
we've
big
had
one.
a couple, we've had a couple charges that Linda knows about. There was a Staples order that came from our supplies line, and there's 2, and so I don't know, I'm a little bit confused why they're not on here. Unless, I mean, the Staples order was only a week ago, so maybe it just hasn't come through yet. But there should be 2 like annual subscriptions that recur every year. We've had 2 of those come up for renewal. Which is just another point that I don't see that new line that we created
Oh, right.
on here.
Right.
And I can't remember exactly what we decided to call it, but it was, online subscriptions or
Mhm.
something
Mhm.
to that effect. So, but those were, $100 each, and the Staples order was, so I mean, all in all, it's probably under $300, but it just is, just to note that there are some
Uh-huh.
charges that have come through that are not reflected on
And
here.
I'm looking, we did call it online subscriptions.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay,
um,
so I thought it was what it
Will you check with Linda on that?
Sure.
It might be possible that because of annual meeting and everything,
Right,
that they just
right.
got overwhelmed,
Didn't
just
get
didn't get
posted.
stuff
Of
in.
course, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's likely. All right, and so other than paying charter and wages, that's all the detail on there. Okay,
And then we have a reduced, is our budget reduced because of the franchise fee came in reduced? Is that
Well,
gonna cause us any issues?
And that doesn't reflect on here
no,
either.
because the town voted to add enough money to even it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
that's what it sounded like to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Wow.
were gonna be short from our payment, but the town voted to add the extra money to meet our budget.
Okay, I made that note as I was sitting at annual meeting when the chair of the select board Adam.
Yeah.
said the balance will be raised and appropriated because the money that came from charter wasn't enough to cover that.
Okay.
I was like, does that mean what it sounds like it means? And it does.
Well, yeah,
Which pile is it coming from?
Just the
who
general.
cares? Who cares which file? He's giving it to us, we're gonna see what's
Out of
in it.
his
Out
pocket,
of the
right?
general
Yes,
fund, you
sure,
know.
out of the general fund, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right. General fund or whatever it was, I'll just write that down so I remember. Good.
We couldn't really do anything different, given how hard they were working in the middle of this. In the middle of the meeting.
Oh,
The
yeah,
girls went on all of it, place.
yeah, yeah. Okay, new camcorder, have we gotten it? Is it on the way? Is it?
It will be coming along. I've just been in touch with Linda about the right document to give them, because B&H is a little picky about the way the purchase order looks, so, but yes, it's in,
All right,
it's in the works.
okay,
Good.
yeah.
I think you will like it.
Mm. Yeah, I'm excited to get it,
Yeah.
and,
Maybe just a little bit different, but I mean,
Yeah.
record is the same record, stop is the same stop, and
yeah.
so.
Yeah, and I looked at some videos of it, and I started I wasn't gonna read the manual from front to back when I
Right.
started looking at the
Yeah.
manual, so yeah, I think it is gonna be good.
All right, Asia, any updates you have? And I have a few little things to.
Okay, so regarding office repairs, I am meeting with Dave Swift this week, and we're gonna go over a few more details. But I also did visit the downstairs of the library, and Sloan took me down there and to show me the space. I think that space would work well for us.
They have the space available?
They have space available, so if you go through, it's like way in the back.
No, I know where it is.
And it's all storage right now.
There's bookshelves in there, belongs to bookshelves in there.
Yeah,
That would be
I
superb.
know if you go in, there's a bathroom on the left and a big room on the right where they keep a lot of books for.
yeah,
And then is it
and then it's
beyond that?
beyond
Okay.
that big room.
Okay.
So it is a basement office, but,
What's the size compared to what we have now?
I don't know dimension-wise, but I mean, just eyeballing it, it looked like we would only need half of that
Really?
room. So the library would still have half that room
Oh, okay,
for their supplies, because they use it for storage.
yeah.
Does it have windows?
No, probably not, it's in the
Probably not.
I
basement.
think there was one little
Really?
basement window, but there also has been some talk over the years of putting in doors down there and on that side of the building,
Oh,
so
really?
that you would have a second
Entrance?
Okay.
I thought
exit.
that
And you
was-
might, it might be stairs, it might go up to the ramp.
Good, see, I thought that was underground, that part
Right.
of it.
Yeah, I thought so.
But, I mean, Sloan was very open to the idea. She thought it would be a nice partnership having
Yes,
Yeah.
us there. So I
Mm.
don't know if we want to schedule a meeting with the library trustees and maybe just talk to them more
Yeah,
about that.
gee, I have a hook.
Yeah, you might know someone.
That's right, someone who just got reelected to the library board.
So I don't know, I think it's something to explore. I think there's no pressure to get out of the garage
Right.
immediately or anything. But,
We'd have to put shelves in for our computers and all this, the storage stuff. that
oh
we
yeah,
need.
there would
And
be,
we'd have to have Spectrum come and run fiber into that room.
yeah. And I wonder if the library is getting fiber as well.
Don't know.
Um,
But we would have to have a separate fiber, I believe.
okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, there'd be a lot of things
Yeah.
to talk about, like.
Maybe we should put together a
wish
task
list?
list of things
Hmm.
that needs to be done.
Right.
Yeah,
And then, it is a basement office. There was a little bit of a smell in there, and Sloan was saying she's not sure where the smell comes from and what it is,
put a
but
dehumidifier in there, probably help.
yeah, I just want to make sure we're not going to a worse office, like,
Yeah.
are we?
But you're not gonna get that vent, that AC vent that's sort of closed up for the fumes coming from the garage.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Oh, here's a thought.
Mhm.
Do they run AC in that downstairs all summer long?
Oh.
I don't know.
Because we'd have to worry about temperature if they don't.
Well, they have I think there is one of those wall units,
Mini split?
a mini split, yeah, in the main room where they
Yeah,
have,
but I
in
thought-
the chick room itself, but I don't think there's any.
But I thought when we went in, we always had to turn it on. When we leaving, we had to turn it off.
That's true.
And, yeah.
So it's one other thing.
Does it go for the whole floor or just the chick room?
Just a chick room. But if that back room is totally underground, then you've got the mass of the dirt around it, which is only 55 degrees, so it probably shouldn't get very warm
Right,
back there.
right.
Right,
Where the chick room has got the open front of it and the door,
Yeah,
the windows.
yeah.
And
right. Yeah, that would be another thing to note, how hot does it get in
Yeah.
the summertime
Yeah.
in that back office?
And really what the ventilation is.
Right,
If they're storing things, I would think as a library, they'd have to be concerned about humidity and
Yeah.
things of that sort.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
All right, so maybe another meeting with Sloan would work well.
Mhm.
Good.
I'd be happy to go to talk to Sloan with you. Sloan Jarrell?
Jarrell.
Jarrell.
Yes, I would as well.
Okay, okay, so,
Should we, try to meet with a trustee as well?
Maybe just
you wanna
make it
check
more-
that out and let us know? I mean, we can start with Sloan with just some of these
Yeah.
questions about
Okay.
things like,
Yeah, let's-
is
let's-
it air conditioned and,
Yeah, let's deal with Sloan for the details
do they
at this
get-
point.
Okay.
do they
Do a
have
little more
fiber there?
feasibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Investigation.
yeah, I would think.
I will let the trustee know, though, that going down this path.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. But we could just start with her, and then if, it seems worth pursuing, and then thinking about, cost,
Mm.
what would it cost versus renovations where we are?
Right,
And
exactly.
then would, for our use of electricity, would the library want
Yeah.
ongoing payment,
Yeah.
rent?
Right,
So,
and
right.
you know, because right now we,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all included.
yeah.
Then we'd have to worry about moving.
Well, right, and moving would be an expense, and building shelves and all of that,
Right,
yeah, right,
Disruption.
right,
Yeah.
Yep.
so.
But it might give us more usability in the shelves than we have now.
Mhm.
Might make them more user-friendly.
Yeah,
And more visible. I mean,
yeah,
how many people know where our office is now?
right,
Right, right. And if, you know, getting a dehumidifier in there for a while to see if that makes a difference. I have one that I only use a little bit in the summer, you know, I would happily lend, and I think would be fine for that amount of space.
yeah, I would imagine they do run one already because of.
The books.
Depending on what they store in that room versus the other room, I don't, you know.
Yeah. It seemed like it was a lot of supplies for events and activities and
Yeah.
things, you know,
Yeah.
Christmas decorations, whatever.
So it
what
may
have
not
you,
be
you know?
stuff where they're as concerned about the
About
humidity
the
as they would be
humidity.
with books, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
From what you know now, would you prefer the new space versus where you are?
Good question.
Well, I think so. I mean, the tricky part is the way it is now is there is that only that one entrance and exit. And so the problem is if there is an event going on in the chick room, it would be
Right,
disruptive for us to be
Going on.
moving
Yes,
equipment across
yes,
that
yeah,
room. If
yeah.
there were a back entrance,
That would be.
it would
Yeah.
be perfect, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Even if it
yeah.
was a little bit of stairway or, because I think more often than not, there wouldn't be an event going on at the same time.
Right,
But
right.
in the, you know, in the case that there was, it would be kind of disruptive. So.
And
Yeah.
if we did that, it would also give us the opportunity to film or stream some of those events in the chick room.
Right, yeah,
Right.
I thought about that
That's-
too,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
having that space
Yeah.
more available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it could also be looked at as, you were mentioning a partnership. If the partnership were such that our funds could facilitate a second entrance or another entrance to help the library out.
Right.
And that looked
Right.
like that wasn't too expensive,
Oh,
or
yeah.
it probably would be, but just, you know, that partnership could be very good for
Beneficial,
the
yeah.
library
For the,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
good,
But-
good, good.
You know, I wouldn't mind getting out of the garage. It's, well, I mean,
Yeah.
not that it's been bad or
No.
anything, but you know, you do go down there in the daytime in the winter, and there's these huge heavy plows, and you're
Yeah.
trying to stay out of their way, and you know, or they're cleaning off. That happened to me. They were cleaning off the trucks, and my whole car got sprayed with
wow.
sand. and
That's it
dirt.
right there.
oh, yeah.
I would
yeah.
miss that,
Yeah.
you know. And it is loud in
It
there
is.
sometimes when
Yeah.
you're in that office and if they're
Doing
welding or
stuff.
whatever, you know, it does get
Yeah.
pretty loud and disruptive.
Yeah.
So, I think the library would be a nice, quiet space for us.
Nice fit, yeah.
Yeah,
Good, good.
Interesting.
yeah,
All right, well, I've written down all those things, and
okay.
so I don't know if you wanna think about a time we can go in and talk to Sloan.
Okay. Are you
I'm around for 2 more
around?
weeks, and then
2
I
weeks.
go.
And then how
And-
long are you gone for?
Probably all of April.
All of April.
But I'm around.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It
if,
does
you know, if it doesn't
Okay.
work to do it the next couple of weeks, based on your schedule and
Okay.
Sloan's, yeah, you
All
can do it with Doug, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that was one of the things on my, I want to make sure we talked about. Anything else you wanna, well, Saturday, I would agree, things went very well, and you and Keisha were right on things.
Yeah.
She kept going up to the mic that,
I
you know, the
know.
public were at, turning it down, right, pushing,
I
you know.
know, I was telling that.
Encouraging.
I know, I was telling that to my husband too, because he asked how it was going, and I was, you know, I did kind of know it was funny. Even people that had been to the mic multiple times, I still kind of had to direct them to
Yeah.
speak into it,
Yeah.
you know.
They're afraid to get it too close.
Too
I
close,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it was great visibility for this
Good.
committee, this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because still an awful lot of people don't know we exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Now they
thank
really
you.
can see
I'm-
what we do.
Do you have any idea of how many people were streaming live?
I asked at one of the breaks, and Keisha said, she looked and said that to that point, were 51. Right then, there were 18.
yeah.
So she didn't know if they'd just gone off, briefly because we
Yeah.
were ballot voting, or if they just decided
Right.
not to.
No.
And sometimes it shows this big number, but then the average view time is only
Yeah.
6 minutes, and so you're like, did someone just log on and
Yeah.
log right off, or, And then the week prior, we had the VDOE annual meeting, and that went well, as well, so, yeah. So
Good.
feeling pretty good finally about the sound, and got that all worked out, so.
Did you buy mouse pads for the
I
microphones?
did,
you?
yeah, and I used those, and I do think that they were helpful,
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
What's a mouse tap?
A mouse pad,
Oh, pad.
put them
Yeah,
under the
just,
microphones, because
yeah,
if the
just-
microphones were there and you did this,
Yeah.
the microphones would pick it up awfully.
yeah, and because it's on those plastic tables,
Yeah.
and there's really nothing in between,
That was a
yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
Doug's idea, and I grabbed a
Miss it.
bunch, yeah. Yeah, when I filmed the Tamworth event, they just had cloths, like microfiber cloths on the table, and so they'd pass the microphones around, and then they just lay it on the cloth.
Oh, yeah.
But we have the stands, but I think the stands are helpful. And,
And the people at the tables with reminders,
Yeah.
use the mics pretty well.
yeah, I think so, yeah. They'll get better at it. Every time they do it. Yeah, but next year we'll have more people sitting up there.
Yeah, there's two
Yeah.
more,
5 people up there.
yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Yes.
that, where are they gonna put 2 more people, but
Right.
another table or whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
Did you get a check from John from the
I can
Sikora
check,
group?
I can check if one's come in.
Okay,
I
he told
haven't,
me he'd mailed one.
okay, so it
'Cause-
probably has. I'll
okay,
check upstairs
Okay,
after
I
the
saw him and asked if he needed me to send him a bill for it. He
Okay.
said no, he could just do it based on
Okay.
what he paid us last time, so,
Okay.
if you don't get him,
Yeah.
let me know or let
Yeah.
him know.
And I know that it wasn't ideal to have 2 events
Same.
in one night, but Tamworth asked us a couple
First,
weeks
yes.
prior. And so I'll just say the Madison event was a little bit last minute. We were not given much notice, and so I didn't want to say no to that one. So we made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, and we had a hiccup with the 2 meetings at once, but,
Good publicity.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it seemed
mean-
like you had just by chance heard of the Madison event a few
Right,
days
yeah,
before,
yeah.
when we met in February. Yeah.
Right, so, yeah, so I understand it wasn't ideal, and I think there were a couple people that expressed that they were kind of upset that it seemed like Tamworth took precedence over Madison, but, I don't know. I guess we're just
Okay.
trying to do our best and be at both, because we
Yeah.
were asked well in advance, we had already committed
Right.
to Tamworth. And they do pay for us
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
there, so, it wasn't like we were putting Madison on the back burner.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was a candidate for the school district there too, so relevant to Madison, so.
All right. One of the things we talked about getting was a rolling cart to make it easier to move things from the office to the school.
Well, I haven't done that yet, cause I'm like, well, if we move to the library, we're not gonna be carting
Right.
anything.
Right.
So, and we do have, it's like a big duffel bag on wheels, so.
Okay.
I've waited to purchase anything like that
All right.
until we really know
Okay.
where we're gonna
And at the last meeting, Noreen questioned a charge to Elon Financial, and you thought that had to do with when the
be. That
town
is
credit card
the
was
credit
used?
card,
Okay.
yep, I
Okay.
double checked.
Okay. All right, those were the,
And I believe, just another update, I believe this got fixed, this noisy
oh,
boiler,
Oh,
cause
yeah.
last selectmen's meeting I asked and they were coming to
Good.
fix it, and I
Great.
think I saw trucks here last.
It does sound
I
better.
haven't noticed it, the noise today.
No.
Good.
Great.
Okay. All right, review of organizational documents. So, thank you, Noreen, for sending the latest out yesterday. I wasn't sure that I had them. I do. So, the Board of Directors' responsibilities, I think we approved this at our January meeting, so. And Doug, you weren't at that meeting, but you emailed me and said you'd suggested adding at the end of number 5 that the franchise fees are based on received from cable TV providers and not paid by taxing residents.
Right.
We decided not to add that because we didn't know what would happen in the future, and the future is here.
But that's the way it always is.
Well, but now, because they're giving us money to make up the difference,
We still, the subscribers still pay that fee. That's not gonna go away.
no, but now the taxpayers are
Oh.
paying a little bit
Oh,
to make that
I got it.
difference. So we had decided then not to add that
Oh,
in case it
okay.
came up in the future.
All
and
right.
So anyways,
fine.
that was just to let you know. So that one's been approved, we can sign it and that's official, at least unless the Board of Selectmen decide they, feel like we can't make our own rules.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, and we'll decide when all these things are done about going to a board meeting and sharing them. The other one that we already had approved was our mission statement. Although the copy I have, Noreen, doesn't say an approval date.
It was approved on the December 19th,
Okay.
but I'm not sure you all signed it.
No, we haven't,
We didn't.
we haven't.
And for some reason, I can't remove that yellow. I've tried.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remove it, it just won't remove.
Huh.
But I guess I could just cut it out and then retype it in if you want me to do that before you sign it, but it's not a big deal.
I think it's okay, it's probably, if we copied it in black and white, well, it might show a little shadow there.
But that would be
on a
all.
copy, yeah.
Okay.
So do we want to sign these two? And share copies?
And then you didn't approve the policies yet because we made
No.
a change to the
Right.
agreement that needed to be added and approved.
All right, so there's that one. So can I have that copy that you have to sign of the mission statement?
You
Because
can
the one
have
I
it.
have was
Yes, you can.
not. Okay. All right, and then the policies and procedures. Remind us, what was the latest change we made on this, please?
Oh, the only change that we agreed on was the agreement, and that was to add an office use only at the very bottom
Oh, right.
yeah,
So Asia could make,
Asia approved, you said you liked it.
Yeah,
And
it
that
was
was,
great.
so I just look at that and
right,
nothing
so,
else, there were no other changes
okay.
as a result of our last meeting on it.
So that's page 7, just so if Asia gets a,
The only thing that we
Request.
didn't add anything about, because we didn't put wording together, was the YouTube, under getting your program on television and whether what we would approve for YouTube and the cloud.
Yeah, and I apologize, I have not reached out
No,
to.
I think my opinion would be to approve what we've got now, and then maybe the next meeting or whatever, try to work on some wording, based on what your experiences are with what people might be asking for. The reason I think we didn't push it right now is because we don't have anything pressing.
Right,
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 nobody's,
We don't get that much request.
right.
So Doug, Peg, Margaret, do you both feel you've read this thoroughly enough to vote to approve it? Do you wanna,
I think I've read it enough, yeah.
okay, we went through it in pretty good detail
We did.
in January. All right, well, and I would accept a motion to approve our policies and procedures.
So moved.
Second?
I'm gonna scribble on that one, go back to my agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we have those. I don't know if we wanna try to get these to the Board of Selectmen quickly. They've got 2 new board members, they've got lots to,
Yeah,
To deal
they
with-
meet tomorrow,
and it's too early to
and
get them
then,
there.
but you probably,
And then I'll be gone
You'll
by
be
the,
gone,
for
right.
their meeting in April. So maybe we just put that on hold for now and,
maybe try to do a May meeting or.
um,
We should maybe get Linda to put this up on the website.
okay, on the-
Yeah, once the selectmen see them, right?
I would do it now.
As.
We are
We've,
independent.
we've approved them, yeah.
Okay,
Yep, that question did come up at the town meeting of whether something was a committee or a board, because boards operate independently and committees
Right.
report to.
Yep.
All right, I think that's, I don't see any reason not to do that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll ask Linda what she thinks about taking them to the select, or if we need to, or just inform them what we have, or.
I think it's for your information, that's all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just a
Okay.
cover letter, just a
Okay.
little cover thing. This is for your information. If you determine that you have some questions or whatever, then forward them back to us as a board.
Yeah.
And they can take their time.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No
okay,
rush.
Okay. Post and send to. So I can just write a cover letter and,
Say these have been approved and,
yeah, and give Linda a copy of each, and then she can make multiple copies and
yeah.
send them out to them.
And then it's up to their timetable.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Sounds good. All right, after I wrote operations manager issues, I thought you might think, oh, I have issues with our operations manager. But I just didn't know if there was anything under new business versus old business, I don't know. I'm playing games here.
Not that I can think of right
Okay,
now, yeah.
Okay. Future funding and advocacy. I'm a little less worried about the funding right now because the way the town approved paying the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to be careful of that, not go crazy.
Yeah.
Right. But we are also waiting for Charter to come back with,
Yeah.
from our request to
Yes,
increase
yes.
the percentage,
You know,
so.
and I have no idea if,
You will not see that until a new contract is done.
that's my,
Oh,
And it's been 2 years minus
Right.
1 month now.
right.
yeah.
So Spectrum Charter is not good at those kind of negotiations. Just, so
And
it's.
that's where the special attorney is working on it for Madison and other
And
towns.
I have to send a message to Joy saying, Joy, I'm here for this board. I never talked to this
I
attorney.
know.
You know, I need some information there.
I do think we should have a seat at the table for
Yeah.
this discussion.
Yeah.
But maybe where there are new selectmen, I don't know who's gonna be appointed this,
To be the
yeah.
contact person to
right,
this board.
Right.
Is it
Maybe
current?
it will remain to be Joy, but.
Doug, will you contact Joy and
Yeah.
just?
Yeah, I've got a to-do list of things to talk to Joy about. I've been
Okay.
remiss in putting that together, but yes, I will do that.
Okay, all right, good. I thought I might not be a actual member of this committee as of this morning because I haven't been sworn in for my new term.
Oh,
But I talked to Linda, she had actually emailed me on Thursday saying, are you aware that your term expires and are you gonna serve again? And I responded saying, yes, I'm aware, do I need to just see Mike to be sworn in or does it have to go to the board to be appointed again? But it was late on Thursday, so I asked her Saturday morning and while she was talking to Mike, and she said, no, the select board has to approve you again.
Oh.
She said, it's simple enough, she will just send a request for them to do that. I don't know if it'll happen for tonight's meeting or April 1. But that I'm considered a member of the board through this month. They don't change things in the middle of town meeting month, so.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I'm here. All right, anything else? Other than setting another meeting date? Looks like I did have one question. Looking at funding and where we spend our money, we film so many of those very long Edelweiss meetings.
Yep.
Are they an official town group? Are we required to film them? Could we ask to have somebody trained from them who would come in and film? I just was thinking about how much, in our town report, when you look at how many
Oh,
meetings,
yeah, well, they
that's
meet
the big
every
one.
week, yeah, they're the only
Yeah,
board
yeah.
that meets every week. Yeah, and it's.
And that's Carol's.
Yeah.
So.
and how important do they think doing the filming is to them? Because if they think it's important to get the information out, then maybe it's appropriate to charge them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But if they don't care, then
Yeah,
that much off our
3
schedule.
times as many hours of filming
Yeah.
as the Board of
I
Selectmen.
think it's important to them, but if we tacked on an expense, I don't know if they would change their
Yeah,
minds on the
yeah.
importance of it. I don't know, I don't know how,
I wonder how dense their subscribers are in the village of Edelweiss.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have a denser home situation there,
Mhm.
the development.
but a lot of them are
Are
STRs.
seasonal.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't care,
right, right,
Yeah, they would not care, that's true, they wouldn't care about.
right?
yeah.
The owners would, wherever they are, if they live in Connecticut or something, they
Right,
might
then
wanna
I-
watch.
Right.
Right.
Do we have any idea of the viewership?
not off the top of my head, I could look.
That's,
I mean, do you ever happen to see how many viewers they have?
There aren't too many, I
Not
don't
too
think,
many.
usually.
It could be that people watch it later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't really have many people come out to their meeting either, their annual meeting. It was
Oh,
very
yeah,
low
that
attend,
was
very
like
low
10,
attendance.
12 people.
Really?
Yeah,
For their annual?
for their annual meeting, yeah.
Oh.
And I've seen 50 there in the past.
I know, I was
Oh,
surprised
wow.
too.
And you see complaints on the Facebook pages about Edelweiss and the taxes and the fees and the plowing and the,
Yeah.
well, I don't know that,
We'll solve it.
I don't wanna take away Carol's majority of filming time.
Right.
do we know what the percentage of people who live there are year round?
I don't know.
Who would care?
I thought it was less than 50%.
I would well imagine
Yeah.
that, and even more so with what's
Yeah,
happened in the
yeah,
last
yeah.
2 years.
All right, well, it was just if we need to cut our budget, there's a
There's a place to
big
do it, huh?
expense, yeah.
But if we could just get them to pay for the time of the person's filming, then that
Yeah,
would cover it
yeah,
all.
Right,
And
right,
it wouldn't be that expensive for them.
yeah. And we could come up with what that figure is based on number of
Yeah.
hours. I don't know, what would be the best way to approach it? Who is their chair?
Would Kasha know?
Graffam,
Pardon?
Mark Graffam.
Martin?
No,
Mark.
Mark,
Mark.
and he actually, mean, he was one of the
Founders.
founders of Madison
Oh,
TV,
oh.
so I don't know. I don't know. He'll have an interesting perspective, I'm sure,
Yeah,
if we say,
yeah.
"Oh, we'd
Sure
like
he
to
will.
charge you now."
Well, we could coach it as our Spectrum subscriber base is going down, so our fees are going down, so
Right.
we've got to make up for that and blah,
Right,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I know. I was even thinking of seeing if the Shakora Association has more events that we
Uh-huh.
could
Oh.
fit in
Could fill,
the-
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to offer that.
They do social events, I know,
Right.
you know, a Christmas tree burning and
Okay.
potluck dinner and, you know,
Right, right.
a Sunday night in January. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, what do you want me to write to Mark and just kind of outline and ask some questions?
Wouldn't hurt.
Could we think about it?
All right, yeah, I'm not in any rush to do it.
Yeah, maybe put it for the next,
Okay,
for the,
okay, all right.
oh,
So, VDOE, I can never remember, is that,
Yes.
yeah.
all right.
Venereal disease of Idlewise.
Say it again? Oh, venereal disease. Got it. All right. I'd like to put off the meeting until July unless anybody has any real strong need to meet in May, because I'm gone again most of June. Hearing no objection. Summer, what's a better time for you? Morning, afternoon?
Hard to
Oh
know.
boy, summer.
Rainy day?
Yeah, maybe like a
Rainy day.
rainy day in the summer. Yeah. I mean, any Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, maybe not Tuesday because VDWE's here, but Wednesday or Thursday in the summer would be fine. Late morning would be okay with me.
Okay.
Would your daughter go to daycare all
She's
summer?
in yeah, going by my daughter's day care schedule.
Yeah, right. I'm in a musical thing in the summer and we don't have rehearsal schedule yet, but let's just pick, how about Wednesday, July 9th,
Yep.
10 o'clock?
Okay,
I think we're gonna have evening rehearsals, but it's not set yet.
Silver Lake?
No, actually in Sandwich, but
Silver Lake
let's.
Singers was my
Oh,
question.
no. Okay, I wrote that in the wrong place. All right, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at,